boys and boys, it's Wednesday, and I'm doing this video in my dorm bathroom because as much as I love my international student from Korea roommate, it's kind of awkward to talk about trans things with her. I have come after her, but I don't know, I just don't want to be caught in the middle of saying a blah 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 trans thing. Oh hi, Jian. Anyway, so this week's topic is about the lack of trans characters or just trans topics in the media and how we feel about that, and if there were more inclusion, if they did include more trans people, would that make it a better place, the world that is. And to that I say, number one, media. I know Alex talked a lot about television, but media is definitely more than just television. And Kaden didn't post a video yet, so who knows. But true, positive portrayals on television help spread the word about trans struggles. Adam on Degrassi, I watched Degrassi, I like Degrassi. He's definitely a good trans role model in a way, you know. Like he gives teenagers who have no words to describe who or what they are the courage to go find that and the resources, you know. Because before, if you never knew what FTM transgender is, now you have the incentive to go look it up and go, or, not me. Anyway, so things like Adam, very good, but for every Adam, there's probably 6 or 7 non-Adams, which is, I mean that in different ways. One, for every good story, there's going to be bad ones. Poor portrayals, usually of, like, as much as I love South Park, come on, you guys. I did not like the episode of Mr. Garrison's Fancy New Vagina, because to me, it just spoke this anti-trans message in a way, often like portraying trans people as selfish, and that it's a ridiculous idea for you to surgically change your body to fit how you are on the inside with how you are on the outside. You know, I just interpreted it as I guess a trans bash in a way. I still like the show, but that one episode was not fun. And I also mean for every Adam, there's 7 other non-Adams, in a way that for every trans guy that's on TV, there's bound to be like 6 or 7 trans women, and I'm exaggerating that, but honestly, trans women seem to get more of the focus than trans guys. And it's not to say we shouldn't focus on trans women. They deserve just as much, visibility as trans guys do. It's just that people haven't really picked up on trans guys, you know, around. But I think that would be due to the fact that trans guys usually can assimilate a little more easily than most trans women, so I think a lot more trans guys might go stealth and just sort of, you know, keep it a secret than most trans women, because some trans women, you know, don't really have a choice. The way the world sees them is not the way they want to be seen. And, yeah. But media outside of television programs is just as important. For example, let's see, trans news stories in television news and in, you know, newspapers. For example, obituaries. If a trans person dies, I've heard of times when trans people, they'll misprint the names and pronouns, you know, like use their birth name and you know, the pronouns they don't want to be used, and you know, that's definitely damaging in a way, I guess. And news stories. Essentially, I think the point I'm trying to make is that more coverage would be good, but if you take, for example, Adam from Degrassi's writers did their research. They looked up everything they possibly could about it. They didn't just slap together some of the common things they've heard about trans people. And I think my roommate's back. Anyway, they didn't just slap together all these things they know about trans people and then say, we're we're done, trans character, good work. They did the research. So more coverage is great, but only if people do their research. And it turns out a lot of writers don't, or at least a good number. So I'm upset that there's usually a lack, but at the same time, I would not appreciate more writers giving stupid portrayals. I'd rather have, you know, a few really great portrayals of trans people right now than like the market flooded with all these stupid, you know, guys in dresses and like trans guys being mistaken for lesbians or things like that. You know, and transgenderism is a very complex topic, so, you know, delving into the real depths of it is difficult, so I don't blame most writers for being kind of intimidated by that, but at the same time, I encourage them to really look into it more because we do need more coverage. Anyway, so on to questions. Miles asked about FAFSA and student loans. I can't say I'm very frustrated by it yet because everything went through, but I haven't paid my tuition yet, and I probably should. Oh, Hayden asked before Miles about Tumblr. I do have a Tumblr. I'll put a link to it. I usually follow trans things, but I also follow Degrassi things and funny things like accidental penis. I haven't seen any new posts for that, but it's actually funny. Anyway, and I get kind of addicted to it when I'm on it, which is why I have to avoid it right now because I work, you know, schoolwork. And Alex, remember, I can be called Xander. You know, I'm conceding Alex for Boys and Boys channel. Outside of it, I'll be Alex, but on Boys and Boys, I'll be Xander to get rid of confusion and stuff, right? Xander, Xander. Anyway, Alex asked about dyeing our hair, and if we do it, what's the freakiest color and how often? And I guess I'm quickly setting myself up as the most boring Boys and Boys member. I've never dyed my hair, so infrequently, and the only funky color I've ever had is none. So yeah, I gotta go because I think I left my dorm room open, and I don't know if my roommate's here. I don't want anybody to steal my stuff. Anyway, I guess for my question this week, ooh, I just got an idea. What shampoo do you use? I don't mind this. I want to get some, it's totally twisted. And it smells good, but more importantly than that, I'm trying to see if I can get my hair to be kind of wavy, because it usually is, but only when it's longer. Yeah, I hope that'll help. Anyway, so that's my Boys and Boys video for this week. I hope I'll be back next week, you know, if I'm not too busy with college and shit. Woo! So yeah, see you Boys and Boys.